Yeah. Oh, man. All right. We are live on YouTube. Give me a second here. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to another Walking with Purpose live stream, episode number 397. Episode number 397. 3 away from 400 episodes. Wow. Can I say I'm proud of myself, or may I say I'm proud of myself? Nothing wrong with tooting your own horn every now and then, as long as you do it in a humble way. Anyway, hope you're having a good one today. It's time for another walk. Like I said, another walk with purpose. And today, I have a topic to discuss that's very, 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 very crucial. And I will share a little bit more regarding my thoughts on this topic in a few minutes. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to get the notification and to pop on in. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. There's just a very slight breeze, about 1 to 3 miles per hour. It is the perfect day for a walk. And hopefully you're getting on out there and getting your exercise, getting out and about and soaking in that sun, that vitamin D that we also critically need as much as possible. You can never get too much vitamin D. You can't OD on vitamin D. And the sun is the greatest natural source of it. And a lot of people wonder, okay, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, I think I look okay for my age, humbly speaking. I'm almost 49 years old. I feel I look a bit younger than my age, and I take good care of yourself. And some people have asked me, Eli, what's the secret to looking younger and feeling younger when you're in your late 40s or early 50s? Well, it's how you take care of yourself. Do you get out there and walk every day or almost every day? Do you exercise regularly? Do you get enough sun, vitamin D? Are you properly nourished? Right? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. West Coast 206 Pinoy. What's up, Eli? Hey, West Coast 206 Pinoy. Hey, brother, I saw you in RJ Sandifer's chat earlier. We were also discussing this topic a bit on my blind and autistic YouTuber friend's channel, RJ Sandifer. And West Coast 206 Pinoy, I think you were saying something like you disagree with what RJ was saying. And I think there's a misunderstanding that I'm going to clear up here today. And, respectfully speaking, anyone can talk about, any subject they want out here on YouTube. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to criticize anybody regarding what they can or can't talk about, but there are certain people that have a little more authority built up with their experiences and the way their channels are run to talk about these subjects. And that's why I wanted to, discuss it more so here today. And originally, this topic idea came from one of my moderators here that shared a YouTube short earlier today in the Coach Eli private moderator group chat on Facebook. It was Sandra Palacios. Sandra, thank you so much for sharing that YouTube short, because I have a lot of experience regarding that. And and she even said in the chat, yeah, this is what you've been talking about. Exactly. I've been dealing with this stuff for the last 5 to almost 6 years. And I was involved with these communities that were trying to lead me to believe that women are the problem. And they were trying to lead me to believe that women overseas are still more traditional and they're better than Western women. And you know, a lot of the stuff that these people were trying to convince me on when I was a part of that MGTOW community, and it's not even the MGTOW label that was the problem, was the people involved. We now call it the toxic red pill community. See, a lot of the people that were, trying to share their thoughts about this were men that have no authority to speak on it because they're lonely, involuntary celibate men. They're incels that they can't get women. They're very angry and bitter at themselves, right? Right? They're immature, they're very insecure, they're mentally and emotionally unstable, and they feel they have the authority to talk about stuff like this? Come on, right? But until you figure this stuff out, and realize that these are just people spewing their hatred for women on YouTube, sometimes you get sucked into it. But at least I learned what not to be through these people, right? And I already kind of knew that, but a lot of these people can be very convincing, and if you don't agree with their agenda about women, they attack you, they attack your channel, they talk smack about you, right? It was one hell of a ride many years ago. This was back in 2017 and 2018 when there was a huge MGTOW presence out here on YouTube. And MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way. It was a group of people that created this group to basically, share with men their thoughts about modern day female nature. In spite of women being liberated and being independent and how this affects, modern day relationships and marriages, right? We're going to get all up into that. That doesn't sound right. The only thing I get all up into is, my wonderful lady. But we're going to get into all of that. That's a better way to put it in just a little bit. Love you, babe. Love you too. How you doing? Salute, VP Gloves Nation Fan Channel. How you doing, bro? West Coast 26 Pinoy. Yeah, I disagreed with a lot of it. Well, tell me what you disagreed with, bro, because I kind of agreed with a lot of what RJ was saying. I felt he was trying to talk down on Filipino women as if they don't know any better. No. You see, bro, that's why I'm glad you're here. West Coast 26 Pinoy. See, you misunderstood and misinterpreted what RJ was saying because he wasn't explaining it as clearly as possible because he has an understanding of this, but he's not really in a place to be an authoritative figure to talk on it like I am, because I have experiences hands-on. Going back 5.5+ years ago to my former channel that I used to run with my ex Dana, we went through all this with these morons, right? And I've had a girlfriend in between Dana and the one I have now. So, we've got to cut the guy a little slack. RG's a good dude, and he's learning, and he's trying to help, and I appreciate it, but I just don't think it was explained as clearly as possible. This has nothing to do with attacking any one particular culture or anything. It's not about even attacking any culture. West Coast 26 Pinoy. Let's just get to the topic because it'll say it all. Women are women. And going overseas won't change anything, guys. Women are women. And going overseas won't change anything. This all boils down to one thing, West Coast 206 Pinoy. There are Western women and Eastern women, right? The Western women are, women from the U.S., Canada, etc. And, the Eastern women are from across the sea, right? Overseas, right? And these red pill, MGTOW, toxic red pill guys over the last many years have been saying, they used to say it a lot more 5.5 years ago, but some of them still say it to this day. I just don't follow that content. It's just very toxic and inappropriate content by a bunch of incels and weak, needy, pathetic, immature, and insecure beta males that haven't, learned to understand what it takes to be a real man, right? Instead of turning their lives around by following content like mine, they follow content of other people like them that are in a similar situation, and they stay stuck in the rut, right? So this has to do with the fact that it doesn't matter where women are from. All women nowadays are liberated worldwide, globally. Women have been liberated. And a lot of people say that Eastern women still have better traditional morals, values, and ethics. I don't think it's any different in the Eastern world than the Western world, right? It's no different. Because here's the thing. You've got women that are coming from the Eastern world to the U.S., and then they start working, and now they're like an American woman. What's the difference, right? Or what if they're working in the country they live in, right? That supposedly is a country where women are more traditional still. No, that doesn't exist anymore. Nothing wrong with having some traditional roots and having a relationship or marrying a woman that has traditional roots and you as a man having traditional roots, but nothing is fully traditional anymore. Women have been liberated globally, worldwide, and they are independent, unless they choose not to be. Women are independent all over the world. So there's no difference, guys, on where you meet women. A lot of guys are trying to say women here are just too hard to please, blah, 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 here in the U.S. and Canada and anywhere in North America or in the Western world, right? So they say that, okay, if we go to the Eastern world, we'll find ourselves a good wife that'll be loyal and faithful, right? One that we can trust, right? It's no different. Let me see here. West Coast 26 Pinoy. A lot of these YouTube incels need to be on an FBI watch list as potential serial killers and sex offenders. I'm not even kidding. No, I'm not either. Because these guys are so desperate to taste the punani. You know what the punani is, right? These incels are so desperate to taste the punani, right? And they approach women in the most creepy ways, and then they think women are going to be attracted to that, right? And then basically, these guys will go and follow pickup artists and stuff like that on how to pick up women. And see, the pickup artists will tell guys, when a woman says no, she doesn't always mean no. She's just probably testing you, right? And these beta males don't understand what that means. Here's the thing. The bottom line is, for the most part, when a woman says no, it means no, right? But there are some times when a woman really likes you, but she'll say no like in a playful way to kind of test you to see how you're going to react, right? To see if you have the balls to make a move and try to kiss her or something, right? And these beta male incels do not know how to decipher when a woman means no or when her no is testing you to see if you're man enough to still take a chance at kissing her or trying to make something happen. Now here's the thing. If a woman says no once and you try a second time and then she says no again, that's a hard no for everybody, right? Whether you're beta or not. And these incels don't understand that because they've never smelled or tasted or felt the punani. And they're so desperate to get some that they just try too hard, and then it ends up becoming pretty creepy. Tam with a $2 Australian super chat. Hey, how you doing, Tam? Thank you so much for your $2 Australian super chat. Independent woman here. Hope you're all well. Tam, you're all independent women nowadays, no matter what. My woman's independent, but we're still in a happy and committed and equal relationship. These guys don't understand that just because women are independent doesn't mean they don't want relationships, doesn't mean they're not able to be faithful and loyal. But you got to show up being a man. You got to show up being a man, and being a man doesn't mean you're an asshole or arrogant, but it also doesn't mean you being a sissy little beta male. It means being a well-balanced, cool, calm, and collected man. That's all it means. That's it. But these incels don't understand that. And they try to shortcut the process and say, okay, we've given up on women here in the U.S. and Canada, North America, and the Western world. We're going to go to the Eastern world, and we're gonna go and find a more traditional wife. Why would you want to do that? A lot of these guys, they want to find women that'll be their slave. Like, why would you want your woman to be your slave? Why wouldn't you want your woman to be your life partner? Someone you walk alongside with. Someone you share everything with equally, right? A lot of these guys say, oh, men and women aren't equal. Well, we're equal as best as possible. From an equal rights standpoint, we're equal, and that's what women fought for. As far as biology goes, biologically speaking, we are biologically different, right? We are biologically different. And like I've always said, the great thing about having a woman is, here's the thing. In my relationship, my woman is better than me at some things, and I'm better than her at some things. And together, we balance each other out and make a great team and support each other. And I don't try to one-up her. She doesn't try to one-up me. We work together as a team. We're a team. Men and women that are dating and married should be a team. It's not about slavery or control like these beta males want. So if you look at it that way, which is the right way to want to connect and bond with your woman, then why would you feel the need to have to go to the Eastern world thinking that you're going to get a more traditional woman? Like, seriously, nowadays, if a woman's like June Cleaver, that would bore the shit out of me. Right? I don't need a woman to be so subservient to the point of where, like, I feel like I'm her slave keeper. What would that do for me? I want a woman that stands on her own. I want a woman that can challenge me and call me out on my shit. And I'll do the same thing for her. But these toxic red pill men on the internet, all they're doing is projecting their insecurities of what they can't get regardless of where they try to get it at. It doesn't matter if you go to the Eastern world. You guys think you're going to get a woman over there because you can't get one here? If you can't get a woman here in the Western world, what makes you think you're going to get one in the Eastern world? And even if you do you think they're going to be with you for the right reason, or they're going to use you for your money? Then you're going to bring them over here to the States, have a baby or two with them, right? They're going to be a stay-at-home mom. You're going to be making your big buco bucks, and 10 years later, when she learns the system here, she'll divorce you and take half your shit. And then you'll complain about that. But the problem has always been you, because of how you are showing up as a man, or lack of how you are showing up as a man. That's the truth of the matter. I'm getting to the chat here. Oh, he wasn't being clear with his message. I get it, LOL. Oh, now you do. Because I'm more of an authoritative figure to talk about it, just like you are, right? Right, West Coast 206 Pinoy? I'm glad you're here, brother. My lady was telling me about what you were saying in the chat. We talked before the show. And I said, I hope business shows up. West Coast 206 Pinoy shows up so we can clear it up. And we did. That's good. Now we can have a civil conversation about it, right? West Coast 206 Pinoy. A lot of these YT incel. Okay, I already read that. I already read that too. Facts. Have you ever heard of this movement on YouTube called the Passport Bros? It is a joke. Tell me about it. I've never heard about it. I don't follow the toxic red pill community anymore. West Coast 206 Pinoy. Those guys are a big joke. Those guys whine and complain more than women ever have. Like, the funny thing is, these incels, the reason why they come at me on YouTube and project onto me and talk shit about me is because what I'm saying is the truth about them, right? Because these guys are weaker and more pathetic than women ever have been. I'm not saying women are weak. These guys behave more feminine. These guys behave more pathetic and weak than everybody, including women. And I'm not saying women are weak. They're not, right? These guys are more drama W's than the women are. It's pathetic. I've never seen such a group of men that are more drama W's. And you know what the W stands for? I can't say that word on YouTube. These guys are more drama W's than women. That's really pathetic. It's really sad. It's really, really, really sad. BP Gloves, Nation Fan Channel says feminism is going through Asia like a rainstorm, just covering everywhere. Well, it's already been there, bro. Here's the thing. This is what these guys don't get. They don't do their research, and they just don't understand life, right? Bottom line is this. Call it feminism, call it women's lib, call it women having equal rights, call it women being liberated, whatever you want to call it, right? The bottom line is this. Women have had equal rights for the last 55 years or so, right? And that's all that's changed. And it's allowed women to work, go to college, get a degree, and have equal earning potential as men, right? That doesn't mean that they're trying to take things away from men. A lot of these guys are saying, well, you know, with women in the workforce now, there are less jobs for men. That's not true. That's not true. You guys are just not showing up. You're not working as hard in college as women are. You're not working as hard as women are in the workforce, right? And because of that, women have to pick up the slack, right? Women have to pick up the slack. And when women pick up the slack, it leaves them less time for a relationship and a family. That's why a lot of women nowadays, they don't date, or they'll just hook up, or they won't have any kids, because they have to pick up the slack for the lack of masculinity and the lack of desire to be successful that many men have today, or they don't have it in them to be successful. Great point there. Great point there, VP Gloves, Nation Fan Channel. My lady says, thanks, Tam Tam. Thank you again for the $2 Australian Super Chat, Tam Tam. As an independent woman that you are, you're there. Hope you're all well. We're doing quite well. Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a great day. Tam Tam says, respectfully, with the 2 purple hearts. West Coast 206 Pinoy. This is a fire conversation we're having here. Let me know what your schedule is this weekend, and we'll continue it on my stream. We can do it. I'd be happy to come on your show and talk about it more. This needs to be addressed in the proper ways. West Coast 206 Pinoy. And a lot of us good men need to step up and really try to help these incel beta males. They can turn their lives around, but they have to make that choice to want to turn their lives around instead of coming out here and attacking us because they perceive us to be better than them, right? Or stronger than them, or more masculine than them, right? These guys try to make excuses, right? They try to make excuses saying, oh, Eli, you don't know what you're talking about. West Coast 206 Pinoy, you don't know what you're talking about. No, we know exactly what we're talking about because we used to be in your shoes. Every man at one point or another has gone through a beta male stage, and we figure it out. Most of us figure it out sooner than later. But some guys struggle with it even in their 40s and 50s, as I've noticed out here on YouTube, right? And all these guys are doing when they're coming at us, like guys like me, all they're doing is based off of a direct reflection on how they see themselves. You guys are responding as a direct reflection of how you see yourself. When these people call me names or call other guys names, all they're doing is responding in a way as a direct reflection of how they see themselves. And then all they're trying to do is kick us down to their level so their pathetic, weak asses can feel better. Bottom line, that's what it is. That's what it's always been. Nothing less, nothing more. Nothing less, nothing more. Hey, GLM, we'll get to you in a second. 07 Tam Tam says VP Gloves Nation fan channel. West Coast 26 Pinoy, you're rocking the Manosphere boat today, Eli. I don't give a damn. These guys have come at me for years. I don't care if they keep coming at me. They're pathetic and weak incels. That's what they are. They're weak, needy, desperate, insecure. Right? I don't hate any of them, though. See, the thing is this, West Coast 206 Pinoy, I don't hate any of them. They hate themselves. Right? I don't hate any of these guys. I would love to help turn these guys' lives around so they can get all the punani they want. These guys don't realize that they listened to what we're saying and applied the principles, they would get more punani than they know what they know what to do with, right? When you're a cool, calm, and collected man, and you got your shit together like you and I do, West Coast 26 Pinoy, all women watch you. I wouldn't say all, but a lot of them do, right? Especially if you're taken like I am, right? Because here's the thing. If you can keep a woman around for more than a year or so, it shows to other women that, wow, if he can keep a woman around for a year, he's a good catch, right? And a lot of these guys don't even realize that having a good woman in your life brings up your value as a man. What's up, Coach Eli? I see you there before I don't see you with this crazy sun. I did see you just pop in there, and my phone hasn't dimmed yet, so we're good. It looks like the Incel Broadcasting Network wanted to come on in. Have a nice day, IBN. Anyway, you know it's even more pathetic? That proves how much more incels these people are, is when they have to come in here and try to promote their rebroadcasts on my stream. Even though I've already given them my blessing to do what the fuck they want, right? Pathetic incels, right? How about you promote your own stuff? But you know why? Because you don't have any friends. You don't have a network of people you can promote your shit to. So you got to try to take my network. But you see, here's the thing. My network's not going anywhere because they know how pathetic and weak and miserable you are. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom effing line. Incel Broadcasting Network at its finest. Pathetic, man. Pathetic. We got 17 in the box, making it rain. Right? It's all good. I'm feeling the heat today. I'm feeling the love and the heat at the same time. What else is going on? Oh, GLM, you weren't here when I was talking about creating the IBN, the Incel Broadcasting Network. You like that one, don't you, GLM? I'm speaking your lingo, right? Because you know a lot of people that will do well on the Incel Broadcasting Network, right? Making it rain. You missed those days, GLM, with James Cox? Making it rain, making it rain, making it rain, rain, rain. James Cox did that, right? Remember the guy who used to run the I'm a Creator community we met from years ago? Yeah. Incel Broadcasting Network. I love that. I can't hear Eli. Can anyone else hear me, or is it just RJ's audio? I think it's just your audio. Can you guys hear me and see me clearly? GLM, Babe, anyone else? Let me know. Got 13 in the box, 8 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. you know what? Grunge Truck and I are good. He sent me a $5 super chat the other day, and he actually sent me a nice comment. He's been a really good dude to me. I hear you. RJ can't see or hear you. Well, we know he can't see us, GLM. That's why he's very dependent on the audio. No disrespect intended. I love you, RJ. You're my brother from another mother. Let's see. Let's see. Babe, I'm trimming right now. Okay, baby, that's all good. Facts, if there's no tension in the relationship, how are you going to turn each other on? Right, here's the thing. You're right, Fizzin. Here's the thing. Let's go through all the questions here, okay? If there's no sexual tension, there's nothing going on, right? Like if you're too simple for a woman to figure you out, then it's all over, right? You got to leave some mystery. You got to give her enough so she can trust you and feel safe and comfortable with you, but you got to leave a little mystery that she's going to want to find out, right? But let me tell you this. One of the easiest ways to get a woman to really like you, well, you got to be yourself, right? There's a little bit of luck to it too, but there's some skill to it too. And the bottom line is that you can't come off thirsty or needy. You got to come off like, you'll take it or leave it, right? Meaning that, like, you're cool whether she chooses to meet with you and be intimate with you and date you or not, right? And women are testing for that. They're looking to see, okay, is this dude that desperate to come over and bang me right now on the first date or what? I mean, that's just an example. That's an extreme example. It usually doesn't happen that way. But is this guy desperate to meet me right now because he wants some action tonight, or is he okay whether I agree to meet with him or not? And a lot of times what I used to do is, a lot of times I typically would meet women like the same day. I would talk with them on the internet and stuff, right? And a lot of times, like, they would test me. They would say, let's meet sometime, let's meet sometime, soon, and I would say, well, how soon are you available? I like the way this is feeling. I don't want to lose this feeling. It feels great, don't you think? They're like, yeah. Well, then they'll come back and say, well, when would you want to meet? I'd say, well, listen, you're the lady, and, I'm enjoying the conversation, and I want you to feel, comfortable, before, we decide to take it forward. And like, I would meet you right now. Sometimes they would say that, I'll meet you right now, right? And at that point, you're like, most guys would be like, yeah, I'm going to get the poontang tonight, right? But see, you can't think like that. You can't just say, okay, let's meet right now. Then that's thirst, right? What you got to do is say, well, I really like how this is going. And I mean, I am excited and would love to meet you now. but, excuse me, I took my allergy medication and my throat's a little dry right now. You come back with yeah, I would meet you right now. I'm feeling the same way. But, I'm also willing to wait. I mean, if you really want to see me right now, I would love to make the effort to come out and see you because this is just an amazing feeling. But you know what? Tomorrow night would work too or whatever, And see, when you're doing that, you're basically not coming off thirsty. You're basically saying that, hey, I would love to come see you tonight, but I'm cool if you think it's too soon or whatever, right? And all women want to do is see how you're going to react. They want to see, are you being thirsty or not? And that's the best way to prove to them in that situation that you're not thirsty. And when you say stuff like that, it turns them on. Like, you know what? Wow, I mean, I've never met a guy like you that's just so patient and stuff. I just want to see you right now. Now they want to see you more. Then you're like, okay, well, all right, where do you want to meet? And then you just, whatever, right? Every situation is different. Let me see. Where are we? Men say that statement mean they're very low value. Absolutely. That's what I was saying earlier. West Coast 26 Pinoy says, well, actually, you're nothing what these trolls portray you to be, and that's why I decided to support your channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, West Coast 26 Pinoy. My lady respectfully, maturely, and professionally appreciates that as well, too. Thanks, West Coast. West Coast 26 Pinoy. Men saying that statement mean they're low value. Yep, that's what I just said. GLM, welcome to the show. All the women who are independent, throw your hands up at me. All the honeys who making money, throw your hands up at me. All the mamas who profit dollars, throw your hands up at me. All the ladies who truly feel me, throw your hands up at me. GLM, welcome, love, says my lady. RMP, hey there. RJ Sandifer says, the Filipinos are not the problem. It's these weak-ass men thinking they can go over there and try changing their culture, control them. That's all it is, bro. Good point, RJ. See, RJ's right on that one. West Coast 206 Pinoy. So this is what these guys from the States, let's just take the States, for example, here, right? This is what these guys from the States think. Like, okay, I've tried to find the right woman out here, and some of them have even been married one time, and they went through a divorce, and they want to find a woman that they feel will get married to them and stay married to them forever, right? And they're thinking that, okay, well, all the women in the U.S. are just not dateable, and you can't marry them because, the court system is in the woman's favor, and to a certain extent, it kind of is, but it kind of is because of the way you guys are, right? Right? And to be honest with you, the modern court system has actually made things more fair for women to the point of where men can't control women anymore. And men should have never, ever controlled women. It was never about controlling women, even back in the days of traditionalism, right? But these guys think that, okay, if I go over to another country overseas, right, and get some Asian woman or something, right, or a Russian woman or something, right, and then I bring them back here, that they're going to be loyal and faithful to me and be my servant and slave for life, and we're going to have a couple babies, and they're going to stay at home and take care of them all day, and when I come home, they're going to have dinner ready for me and this and that, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with a woman doing any of those things, in the modern world, but a man should be doing his part as well. And see, nowadays both men and women are working, so that means both men and women are participating equally as well in the household chores, right? But yeah, these guys don't understand that. They think that when they're going to get an Eastern woman and bring her back here to the Western world, that's going to be like having a 1950s June Cleaver type of wife from Leave It to Beaver. No, that doesn't exist anywhere anymore, and it really shouldn't, because you really don't even want a woman like that. I mean, a woman like that's like a vending machine, like a robot. I don't want a woman that's a robot. I want a woman like my woman that speaks her mind, is a real person, has a big heart and soul, and has something to offer this world besides just punani and being a servant. Some of these guys, for some reason, they want women to still be slaves and servants, right? And I'm not saying they were that back in the days of traditionalism, but that's what they basically want to keep their women locked behind a closed door, right? Another reason they fear nowadays that their woman's going to get hit on, by other men when they're not around their woman. And that is true. But if you have the right woman, she'll know how to handle that. My woman gets hit on all the time. My woman gets hit on all the time, including last night at her darts. Right? She handled it well. I trust her. I have faith in her. Right? Eastern women, Western women, no difference. But if you guys are thinking that you'll have better luck with Eastern women, good luck to you. The only way you're going to get what you want is by changing the way you show up. By becoming more secure, more confident, and more laid back. And becoming less needy, right? And becoming secure. And not being arrogant. Being a well-balanced man. Right? Being a well-balanced, cocky, playful, funny type of man. That will tease his woman in a funny and a loving, yet dominant and playful way. Not in a controlling way. That's the problem with these men nowadays. Amen, baby. It's true, babe. It is true. Let me see what else is going on here. Coach J-Rom says, hey, y'all. Hey, J-Rom. Coach J-Rom, LOL. Were you laughing at me, calling them the IBN, the Incel Broadcasting Network? That's what they are, bro. That's what they are, bro. Some dude overseas calls me Cuck Eli because that's what the other people used to call me. When he knows I've got a girlfriend, I've got a good life, and he's just, it's funny. He's pathetic and jealous of me, right? I don't even talk about this guy. I don't even know who he is. But yeah, now I'm just going to call that side the Incel Broadcasting Network. That's what it is, IBN, Incel Broadcasting Network. Because who follows those rebroadcasts of my shows? It's incels. It's incels that are projecting their insecurities onto me. And the creators running the shows, sometimes they're an incel running it, but most of the time it's just somebody else just running an entertainment channel. That's it. Feeding that content to a bunch of incels. That's all it is. It's freaking hilarious, man. It's freaking hilarious. Let me see here. Looks like you're doing a Helen Keller today, RJ. No, I'm just messing with you, RJ, says West Coast 26 Pinoy. GLM says Grunge Truck will be nice when you call him out. You'll find him talking crap again soon enough. He can't help it. Everybody talks crap, GLM. Who doesn't talk a little crap every now and then? Right? I mean, people can consider my show today talking crap about incels. But I'm not even really trying to talk crap. I'm stating the facts. It's the truth. What I'm saying here is the truth. The people that are even attacking me for saying this know it's the truth. That's why they're attacking me more, because it really hurts them to hear the truth. Right? It hurts them to hear the truth from anyone, right? They're not even mad at me. They're mad at themselves. They're not mad at anyone that's saying this about them. They're mad at themselves. They just take it out on the person that's talking about them because we tactfully remind them how pathetic they are and how easily they can turn their life around or their lives around if they want to, right? It's a warm day today. I got that sun right on top of me. Man. I got to start wearing that backpack, even though it's getting towards the end. Well, the summer's pretty much done. I think right now we're going to start to have a late Indian summer. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful day here today. Not a cloud in sight. It's very, very, it's been very clear lately. Visibility is unlimited right now. You could see for miles. I'm struggling to comment in this chat. I think the security is a little high. How are you struggling to comment in the chat? We haven't even seen you attempt anything that you put through, BP Gloves has gone through. And if you're trying to use a block word about some other people or specific things we don't want to talk about, I mean, that's the reason why. Sorry about that, man. I haven't seen Nightbot time you out or anything, bro. West Coast 206 Pinoy says, you got to come up as confident. That you know you're the man for her, because if you doubt yourself, women will doubt you too. Right. Right. See, that's exactly right. But there's a right and a wrong way to show your confidence. There's natural confidence, and then there's arrogance, right? And women can sniff weakness and arrogance just like that, okay? I can sniff that, and I'm a guy, but most men aren't as intuitive as I am, but women are very intuitive, all of them. They were born that way, right? That's part of their natural biological essence, right? So you can't be an arrogant, pompous ass, and you can't be a weak, pathetic beta male either. Like a doormat, right? You got to be in between. You got to be cool, calm, and collected. You got to be just, the best way to be is cocky, playful, funny. Be cocky, playful, funny. You got to love your woman in a loving yet dominant way, meaning that a playful way, but with some friendly dominance, so she feels your strength and she knows that she can't pull a fast one on you. Because women will test you. They will test you with the dumbest shit they can think of, right? And they'll see if you pass their shit test. My woman shit tests me all the damn time, probably without even realizing it. I call her out every time. And then I kiss her and say, baby, you're being ridiculous. I love you, though. Let's go to dinner. Let's make out. Let's do a show. Let's do something, right? That's all your woman wants. Your woman's going to keep doing that every now and then to see if you're still strong, right? A lot of these beta males don't even know they've heard of the shit test phrase, but they don't even know when it's happening, or probably don't even know what it is. If you're a good, strong, confident man that's really laid back and down to earth, right, and well balanced, you'll naturally pass all women's shit tests because they won't faze you, right? You get a good laugh at them. I get a good laugh at my woman's shit tests. They're funny. They're hilarious. And it becomes more of a challenge to her to try to pull one on me just to see if she can. She's not doing it to hurt me. But like with my woman, it's like she even told me in the past, she goes, baby, I can't play the same games with you I play with other guys. And it's not that I wanted to play them. It's just weak. I can't get away with anything from you, baby. And I'm like, well, baby, I mean, what am I supposed to say about that? Thank you. You know? That's when you know. That's when you know that your woman respects you, and in turn, you respect her. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's such a simple damn thing that a lot of you guys just complicate it, man. You see, you guys say women complicate shit, right? A lot of you beta males complicate shit more than women ever have. That's why we call you girls, little girls, right? That's why we call you beta female dogs, right? You know what that is, right? Got to keep it YouTube friendly. You know what I'm saying? YouTube friendly. Come on, smash those thumbs up. Share this out. Let's get some more people over here so we can help more people turn their lives around. Hope you're all having a good day. Casey, if you catch the replay or you show up, hope you're having a good day. Autism mom of 2. Holly's hauntings and happenings. Hope you're doing well. You're probably just about to get off of work. I think my phone is dimming now. It's warm. It's going to be more difficult to see the screen, but that's okay. Oh, baby, did you just ban some incel that came in here? Was he projecting onto me? I didn't get a chance to see the incel's message. It's hard to see this now because it's dimmed. It's getting warm. 14 in the box, 9 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. West Coast 206 Pino says, I think what you're trying to say is never to reschedule what you're doing just to please her. That's a part of it. I mean, look, when you're first dating a woman, you just gotta, like, hang out, have fun, and hook up, right? You gotta wait for her to reach out, and then when she reaches out, you say, hey, babe, great to hear from you. When you free to get together? Right? That's it, right? Now, once the woman, typically 2 to 3 months after you start dating, sometimes sooner with my woman, she tried to lock me down in 2 weeks. Once the woman tries to lock you down and then you want to, you're ready to be locked down and be in a relationship, once you're in a relationship like where my lady and I are at today after a year, right? I'll move mountains for her at this point. And that's because she's moved mountains for me, right? Like my woman, for the last year, has moved mountains for me, right? So I'll move mountains for her too. And we've been together. We've been actually moving mountains for each other for the last year. So you got to understand, like when you have a strong emotional and mental and spiritual and physical bond like my lady and I do, at this point, I would reschedule stuff to go do something with her. It would depend on how important it was. But what I'm saying is, it wouldn't make me come off as weak or needy at this point because we're already established. She already knows I'm not a weak, pathetic beta male, and I already know she's a cool, awesome, amazing woman, right? I think what you're talking about more so, West Coast 206 Pinoy, is when you're first getting to know a woman, until something is established, you got to let her come to you. And here's the thing. I still let my woman come to me. To this day. She's typically the one that reaches out to me first on most days. Now, I'm not saying I don't reach out to her first at times. I do, especially if I haven't heard from her by a certain time. I worry about her when I'm not with her. But the majority of the time, she's reaching out to me first. That's how it should be. And the reason is, babe, is because the longer... See, with women, if the relationship is more of their idea than yours, you will win. That's the thing, guys. With ladies, whatever you want to do with them, or if you want them to be with you, everything has to be more their idea than yours. Even if it's more so your idea, it has to be perceived by the woman that the relationship is more of her idea than yours, and everything you do with her is more of her idea than yours. I was talking about this with my lady the other day. because when it's their idea, they feel like they're being heard and understood. And that's the most important thing to a woman. Women want to be heard and understood. My screen is dim. I can barely see the screen, but I know we're still on. We got 16 in the box, 10 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Okay. And that comes into play at times too, but we're not talking about that today. 11 thumbs up. Sorry, I forgot my thank you, J-Rom. Thank you, Coach J-Rom. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 14 in the box, 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see. Where are the other questions here? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I agree with RJ, and I misunderstood him earlier. My bad, no problem. West Coast 26 Pinoy. When I used to sell cars at the dealership, and I would cry about child support, out my check, my manager used to say, "Quit crying and sell more cars." Amen, dude. Dude, that's awesome. So you were whining like a female dog, right? West Coast 206 Pinoy. So he said, sell more cars. You'll make me more money, and you'll make more money, right? And what did you do? You probably sold more cars. You know what? I'll tell you this. You know what? Fizzin, West Coast 26 Pinoy. If I ever make a boatload of cash doing this, I will buy you an old school Impala with like 215s in the trunk. Those big ass trunks where you can fit like two bodies in there. You know those big ass Impalas? And we will drop it, you know, make it like a lowrider. Actually, we'll get those adjustable shocks where it'll raise like a lowrider, right? Yep, I was salesman of the month that month because he encouraged you, right? So you were whining like a little female dog, right, Fizzin? You were a man whining like a female dog, right? And your boss said, stop bitching, right? And sell more cars. And you were salesperson of the month. You made more money and more money for you. You took care of your child support, your kid, ex-wife or ex-girlfriend that you had the kid with, and all is good, right? And you learned your lesson and you became more of a man that day, right? We've all had those lessons, bro, and that's a great thing to talk about. Those are the things we need to talk about more out here, man. That's how we're going to help people, brother. Great story. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Man. Where are we? Let's see. And if other women don't want your woman, wouldn't want to be with you anyway, so why be insecure? I think you meant to say if other men don't want your woman, why, you know, I get what you're saying. If you as a man or a woman aren't valuable to the point of where other people of the opposite sex don't want you, then you wouldn't want each other. When two people are together, it displays value. It displays that both the man and the woman that are together have value for each other. So it's perceived by other people that, wow, they're both a good catch. Yes, that is truth. Truth bomb. Absolutely. I got the whole trailer myself today, I think, for right now. These are great thoughts. We need to work together more often, West Coast 26 Pinoy. I've always had love for you, brother. I've always had love for you. So why be insecure? Right. You're right, bro. You're right. Don't be insecure. No need to be insecure. VP Gloves, let me know what's going on, bro. I don't know what you're trying to say. Email me and let me know what you're trying to say, and I'll fix it, brother. I want you to be able to talk. I may even just moderate you sometime soon, too, bro. I've got another round of moderation, of moderators to add. West Coast 26 Pinoy, there's two major troll groups in this sector. One that goes on Tyree Sneed and one that goes on you. Tyree is justified, but the smoke for you isn't. Well, dude. Yeah, I don't have to say it again. The stuff on that. There's a reason why people troll me, and it's not that many people. It's not even that many people anymore. People that troll me, West Coast 206 Pinoy, are incels. Dion has been, babe, if you're still listening while you're doing whatever you're doing right now with your friend, I know she's doing something respectful, so don't take it out of context, folks. But yeah, Dion was right when he said it's all about these incels. You're right, Dion. And where have you been lately, Dion? Sifu Smo, where are you at, bro? You got a baby coming soon, like less than a month, huh? It's almost that time. Oh, the Incel Broadcasting Network's trying to promote their Incel Broadcasting Network again. Thanks for taking care of that, GLM. They took a stab at you, huh? That's all it is. Fizzin, West Coast 26 Pinoy. This is all that's happening with me. It's a bunch of angry and bitter former toxic red pill community incel wannabe MGTOW guys, right? And what's happened is a few creators have learned how to, exploit them by using my content because they don't like me. And that's all it is. It's not a big deal. That's why I don't care about it. There is no logical justification besides what I just said. It's all about the incel market, and they're getting paid to do it too. And they're getting paid by an incel. That's the problem. I don't have to get into that. I don't want to get into that. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. But I just wanted to answer your question. You know what I mean? Yeah, the guy rebroadcasting me right now, GLM. Yeah, I already knew about the rebroadcast. I don't care. I already knew about it. I already know somebody over there rebroadcasts every one of my shows. I don't care. But he's from another country. I think he's from like the UK or Australia or somewhere, right? And nothing wrong with him having a speech impediment, right? But if he's that insecure about his speech impediment, then that's why he's an incel. And the reason why he comes at me is because he's an incel, right? Because he has nothing better to do than sit around all day and, talk smack about men he perceives to be better than him. That's all it is. And it's like, I'm not trying to be better than him or anyone. I'm just saying, dude, you don't have to let a speech impediment get in your way of finding happiness. And you don't have to find your happiness by trying to kick down other men you wish you could be like, right? Because the way you come at people, sir, on the Incel Broadcasting Network right now, the way you're coming at people is a direct reflection of how you're seeing yourself, sir. That's all it is. And same thing with the people in the audience. The things they're probably saying about me or you, Fizzin, or anyone else is a direct reflection of how they see themselves. That's all it is, right? Same thing, man. These guys never get tired of it because they're so pathetic. Maybe he does have love for me, GLM. And that, you know what? That's all good. If he has love for me, then he has love for me. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Just some guy that rebroadcasts me, some small channel out like in another country that has happened to join forces with the main group that's been rebroadcasting me. They use them as an affiliate when they have other bigger and better things to do. So they're busy talking trash about someone else, so they dished me off to him. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. Let me see here. 13 in the box, 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. West Coast 26 Pinoy. I'm mentioning Tyree because I tried to support him and help him out, and when he threw me under the bus, I destroyed him with 2 hit songs on YouTube. Yeah, so Tyree Sneed. I heard about him through American Dream. You know, Mike? The American Dream channel. I think Dream is back again. He keeps coming back and forth. But anyway, you know, all of a sudden, you know, I was on some panels with American Dream a year or so ago, a year and a half ago. And they tell me about this guy named, hey, Coach Eli, have you heard of Tyree Sneed? I'm like, no, who's Tyree Sneed? He's some young dude who's, you know, like homeless all of a sudden. He comes from money and he's homeless now and he's like begging for donations on YouTube and he just talks smack about people and then it's like, okay, well, I don't know who he is. So because of that, Tyree found out about me. Then Tyree starts talking shit about me and I just ignored him. I think I may have said one thing one time and he tried to come at me a few times. I just ignored him and he stopped. It's like, look, I'm like Sneed. I'm like, dude, I don't even know who the hell you are. And you want to talk all the same trash about me that people have been saying about me for the last 4 or 5 years or 3 or 4 years at that point? Go right ahead. He stopped. There was no upside for him, right? There's no upside for him, right? Because he's not being paid by a sponsor. He would have to make donations to make it worth his time to talk about me. And if I'm not reacting to him in a cringy way that people would donate to, then it's not worth his time. See, that's how most people would shut out trolls. But when people are being specifically paid to make constant content on you, I mean, you have guaranteed money there, and you got to do it, or you'll lose that guaranteed money. That's what it all boils down to, right? That's the difference there. But yeah, Tyree Sneed, just ignore him. I mean, look, he's gonna grow up and figure out his own way, right? He's just a young dude trying to find his own way, and doing stupid shit along the way, like all of us guys did to figure ourselves out. That's all it is. It's not even worth it. But yeah, I know all these people. Everyone has passed through my channel one way or another, whether I've wanted them to or not, because everyone seems to want to talk about me at some point or another. Good, bad, or indifferent. Hey, okay. No worries. We are at, I can't even see the damn screen. This is the problem. What are we at? 68 minutes? An hour and 8 minutes? 7 in the box, 12 thumbs up. GLM says Dion is the man. Yep. J-Ram Nightbot hates you. He says, I know. BB Glove says, no problem. Thank you, man. I'll figure it out, bro. Look who you are talking about. LOL, who are you talking about? Here's the first one, Delusions of a Hobo. Okay. VP, we are talking about some speech impaired. You know, here's the funny thing. Everyone that's not getting paid to come at me or come at us, paid by a sponsor to come at us, is, there's nothing wrong with responding to them because they're not getting paid. The people getting paid, there's no upside in even reacting to them. The other people that, are just doing a normal reaction, no problem, right? For me, I just don't want to talk about a few people that are getting sponsored to getting paid a set amount of thousands each month to come at me. So that's why I don't want to talk about those people. But yeah, you know what? You want to talk about this guy and share your thoughts professionally, no problem. And he's just a sheep of the people getting paid. So, I mean, that's all it is. Oh, it was worth it for me, says West Coast 206 Pinoy. Coach Eli, you know a lot of unique individuals. Well, dude, VP Gloves, Nation Fan Channel, I know a lot of people out here. And the reason is because I connected with the MGTOW community 5.5 years ago. I wanted to help those people. But a lot of them were very angry and bitter men. And they still are to this day, right? And some of those men, instead of going off and creating positive content, ended up continuing the negative content, and then they found a way to monetize the negative content, right? And that's what's kept this going. Like, honestly, there's one guy sponsoring like 3 or 4 people out here to make content not just on me, but on other people too, but primarily there are people required to make content on me regularly to maintain their sponsorship. Because see, here's the thing. There's no way anyone would be able to sustain, what's been going on towards me this long when there's nothing big or new that I've done cringy enough for them for years. There's no way anyone would be able to sustain that for as long as they have without the money they're making. So it's okay. It's not a big deal. That's why I don't let it get to me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me at all. We've rebuilt our own audience here, and we're meeting new people every day. I'm doing more networking through RJ and Autism Mom of 2 and Casey and some other people too. I've been connecting with some other people that will eventually pop on over here. But yeah, that's what happened, bro. All I did was try to do my part to really help these guys turn their lives around. And they thought I was trying to sell them a coaching package. I never once tried to sell anybody anything. All I was trying to do was, uplift them. And tell them that, hey, women aren't so bad after all. They're not. I mean, why would these guys be angry at women if they didn't want women? If you make a choice as a man to never want to be with a woman again and withdraw from society, you make that choice and then you keep your mouth shut and then you just go and do your own thing on some remote island, right? But not these guys. They say they don't want to be with women or they don't trust women, and then they just keep talking smack about women, and then they also talk smack about men that still want to date and potentially marry women and have a family. It was just a big shit show. It was much worse years ago. There's much less of it going on now, at least on YouTube, but there's still some of it going on. There's still a lot of guys in that state of mind, and those are the guys that I hope one day, whether they end up giving me a chance to help them or someone else, I hope they turn their lives around. Because the way that they're looking at things right now, it's just going to continue making them more and more miserable, and put them further put them further into a depressed state. And when you get into a depressed state, you never know. I don't want to think of what could happen after that. We hope it doesn't get to that point. 11 in the box, 14 thumbs up. Thank you, GLM. Smash a thumb. Because you are the best. I'm not sure what you meant by that, babe, but please feel free to share more. We are at, can't even see, is it 74 minutes, an hour and 14 minutes? I can barely see my damn screen. I hope I'm not missing anybody. If they're doing it for free, I think that's worse. You know what, bro? If they're doing it for free, it is worse, but it actually affects me less. And actually, even the people getting paid don't affect me anymore. The people that are getting paid don't affect me at all anymore. They used to, right? But yes, the people that are doing it for free, right? Yeah, it makes them look worse, but it's not like they're, making a ton of money off of my content. I think every one of your episodes is hilarious. I'm not sure what you mean by that, bro. What do you mean every one of my episodes is hilarious? Be more specific. No worries, dude. I'd love to answer your question. I want to give a shout out to Grandmaster Troll. He's a YouTuber who does a great job exposing the fake red pill community. Is he, dude, is he an actual channel? Can you send me the, can you email me, dude, at Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com? Send me that link to that channel. West Coast 206 Pinoy. All right. Last part of the trail. Yeah, I'm glad I did my show a little bit earlier today because I may come back for a nightcap tonight. Who knows? I may come back for a nightcap tonight. Maybe even with my lady. Who knows? Give the Incel Broadcasting Network more content. IBN. I love that Incel Broadcasting Network. Yeah, as much as I share the truth about these people, and honestly, I don't share it to upset them. I share it because I really want them to realize how they're coming off and how they can change their lives for the better, right? But in the meantime, the more and more they come at me, I'm not even mad at them. I feel sorry for them. I feel really sorry for those dudes, those incels, those, just immature and insecure, very unhappy, angry and bitter guys, middle-aged guys, right? Just think about it to you guys out there, even the guys that like talking about me every day, right? Do you think what you say about me affects me? I don't even look at what you say, but I know what you're saying because you've said it many times in the past. But honestly, none of this affects me or anyone else. You're just wasting your time and you're further sinking yourself into depression, right? I mean, it's really sad that you have to come off this way so you get through your days. Wow, man. I feel really bad for these people, to be honest with you. Shout out to Jack. Says GLM, is that your man? West Coast 206 Pinoy. Yeah, I can. Is your email Gmail? Not. It's in the description, dude. Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. Dude, I've had a real domain email for years. The very first domain I purchased a long time ago was eliasmelas.com. I still have that. If you go to eliasmelas.com right now, it redirects you to coach.eliasmelas.com. I may do something with Elias Melas at some point. I may do some personal blogging and just take nice pictures wherever my lady and I go with my Sony a6400 and put them on my blog, on my website, because I've got AT&T web hosting has gotten really, really good. It was always one of the best plans to have, unlimited usage and stuff, but they've really, really fixed their servers to be very snappy, and they've got a lot of bandwidth. Like AT&T, when they started rolling out fiber to the premises, which is what I have at my place now, they also improved their entire network. Like they've got ungodly amounts of freaking internet bandwidth. So I mean, I could probably even host videos from there. I wouldn't try to do that because that would probably be against their acceptable usage policy. But when it comes to pictures, I could upload 5 megabyte or 10 megabyte high resolution, very high quality pictures at 24 megapixel. And you folks could see it clearly from your phones or laptops or desktops. I may end up doing that. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. Just there isn't there's only so many hours in a day. And my priorities right now are, my lady and I moving this business forward here, and then, moving in together and taking that next step. We've got some other things going on, but there's a lot in the works. GLM, who's Jack? That's my lover muffin. Shout out to all the ladies out there. With a cement face. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but GLM, you just have fun at times. Anyway, folks, get your final questions, comments, concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 12 minutes or less, 10 to 12 minutes or less. We're getting towards the end of the trail. Lots of messages in the chat today, so I've been stopping quite often. We are at 81 minutes, I believe, an hour and 21 minutes. If there's one thing I've learned about YouTube, and I already knew this about real life, but one thing I learned about YouTube over the last several years is that, if you're going to be a creator out here, if you're going to dish it, you got to be able to take it. And I've always kind of known that, right? But if I didn't realize that, if you're going to voice an opinion, even if it's for the best interest of everyone you're talking about, and you're saying things that, like I say about these incels, right? It's going to trigger them, right? And they're going to come back and attack, and you got to be able to handle that. Interest in your head and heart. They're still going to get triggered and come at you and try to kick you down and say, who are you to say that? You're an incel too. Well, how can I be an incel when I got a woman I spend every weekend with her? And she's been on my shows many times. So you can't call me an incel. You can't call me a cuckold because I don't watch my woman bang other men. And she's not banging other men on the side when I'm not around. But if I, am not around watching her, even if she's banging other men, which she isn't, that doesn't make me a cuckold. A cuckold watches his woman bang other men. Right? But you got to learn to take this stuff. You got to learn to understand that when you're trying to help people, like there are some guys that are beta that have come to me and have accepted my help and have accepted the fact that they're beta, and they're like, yeah, I want to turn this around. I want to be stronger and more secure and more confident. Well, you came to the right place, right? But even though you're going to get some that are going to allow you to help them, the majority of them, at least initially, are going to come at you. Even though they do need the help and could use the help, they're not ready for the help. So they're going to try to come at you and try to stop you from being able to help other people, because they're going to say, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. What a great way to mask your insecurity further, right? What a great way to mask your insecurity further, by trying to flip it on me. That's a classic thing that insecure and immature people do. That's a classic thing that immature men do. They try to pin it on the stronger dude trying to help people, and try to pin it and flip it on him and make him look like the bad guy. All that does is make you guys look more pathetic than you already are. That's the bottom line. It's the truth. It is. It's the fucking truth. Jack has that good hog. Well, that's great. 11 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Babe, you still around? You're probably listening in the background. We're about to go off the air in a few minutes here. Yeah, I may be back tonight at some point. Probably will be. And then I got to start really getting some YouTube shorts and other content on the main channel. Yeah, this is actually day 3 after taking the COVID shot, the 4th COVID shot, which is the second booster by Pfizer. And I took flu shot at the same time. I'm like feeling great. This is the first out of the 4 shots I've taken where I've had absolutely like hardly any reaction. I think a little bit I felt it working through my body like for a few hours after I took it, but after that, like I'm feeling really good. It's not hitting me at all. I think my body is used to it. I think like my lady said, because she didn't get the first booster and got the second one, so the second booster has what the first booster had and some more protection, right? Because she didn't get the first booster, which the first booster really kicked my ass a little bit for a few days. I think that's what happened to her. For me, it's already in my system, and it's just adding more protection. I feel great. I've been doing the streams, and I think also the flu shot. Like, I got to keep getting that damn flu shot every year. Who gets the flu shot here? And it makes a huge difference for you, doesn't it? Man. Big Nasty got timed out by... What did he say, GLM? What did Big Nasty say? That's Big Nasty is GLM's boyfriend. You didn't know that, Pizen. I'm here. Hey, babe. Am I your brother too? I don't even know what they're saying in there. Hey, babe, any final thoughts you want to mention regarding the show before we go off the air? You know what, baby? Maybe we can do a show together tonight if you're up for it. We would have to do it probably early on, around 6 or 6:30, 7 at the latest, for like an hour or so. And then after that we talk, and then I'll get a little rest. And I gotta create some videos for the main channel. I have not put out content on the main channel since early last week when I put out one YouTube short. I mean, I've been neglecting the main channel. And I can't neglect the other monetized channel. I mean, you can go 6 months without posting content and they won't demonetize you, but I don't want to get anywhere near there. I want to keep it going, because if you stop posting there, it'll stop ranking. Just, you are amazing and I love you. Thank you, baby. I really appreciate that. I'll get to you in a second, babe. LOL, all good, brother. Thanks, Sheila. This is Big Nasty. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for being here. We've got 15 in the box, 8 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please, folks, everybody smash the thumbs up before you get on out of here. Share this out so people can more so see it on the replay. Show today, I think we had a great discussion on it. And I think this is a topic that we need to continue discussing at times to really help as many men as possible turn their lives around. But babe, are you you don't have to say where you're at, but are you still at the same place? And are you going to be there a little bit longer? Because if you are, then I'm going to go home and eat an early dinner. And then we could talk after I eat, and then we can maybe even do a brief show tonight. And I don't mind mentioning it now because I want to give the Incel Broadcasting Network an opportunity to set up their rebroadcast on the Incel Broadcasting Network, IBN. We got some people coming here, so I'm going to move off to the side. These sidewalks don't have a lot of space, and you know, with COVID, you got to give people some space. Even though we're vaccinated, you still want to try to take some preventative measures. You know what I mean? Anyway, get your questions, final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in just a couple of minutes here. You're all amazing people. Thank you for being here. And VP Gloves, feel free to come on back. And I know your membership's about to expire. You don't have to renew it. I know you're tight on money, but I'll probably end up moderating you and a few other people over the week. I'm sorry about the inconvenience here. Hope you're doing well, VP Gloves, Nation Fan Channel. I know you've got an interesting story that, I'd love to hear one day, man. I'd love to interview you. We can even do a pre-recorded. If you don't want to do it live, we can, get your story out there and further help you. Because believe it or not, I know there are a lot of people that have trolled me and have hated upon me, but a lot of people, are good people. They're just afraid to come out of hiding because they don't want to be attacked by the same people that have been attacking me. But slowly but surely, they're coming out. They're coming out. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Let me come over here to some shade because the phone is still in dim mode because it's warm. Let me come out here. And then I have my shades on. That doesn't help. No problem, my friend. Thank you so much, man. GLM says IBN. My lady says yes and no. Well, I don't know what you mean no to, baby. Are you saying that you're cool? I'll call. We can talk after you're done, after I'm done eating in an hour or hour and a half or so, and maybe do a show later. All right, we're at 92 minutes, an hour and 32 minutes. 6 in the box, 10 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. It's so funny how those incels on the other side like to play games fluctuating the thumbs up and thumbs down. I actually know who's doing it. I actually know who's behind this whole thing, right? There's a parody channel out there on me, and these people know I know about it, and I don't care. I've mentioned it before, but I know who runs that channel. The two people that are getting paid run that channel. I know they do. You guys know I know you do, right? It's not a big deal. It's so pathetic. You got the incels over there watching my older content for 39, 40 views on a premiere, and then maybe another 20 or 30 or 40 views after that. Like, all right, bring more life to my old content that no one's watching on my channel. Maybe a few people are, but it's just really pathetic. I gave you a couple extra thumbs up. Well, they're going to get removed from the same IP address, GLM, but thank you anyway. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Coach Eli's not a dumb shit. He knows what's going on. And he's just laughing at it. He just has learned to laugh at these things. All right, babe. I'm going to just go off the air. You can text me later. Folks, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you again to Tam Tam for the $2 Australian Super Chat. And more than likely, you're going to see at least myself and possibly my lady go live tonight right here on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams. Probably won't be until about 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And then after that, I'll be putting out some more content, getting some content ready for the main channel. Please subscribe here if you already haven't. Bang the bell and select all notifications so you don't miss anything the moment I go live or the moment my lady and I go live or put out some pre-recorded content. Well, the pre-recorded content's more so for the other channel. Subscribe also to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes. Or just go below the description about a couple lines down. The link is there as well. Which is what I'm trying to say. Or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and that way you won't miss a single thing when I put a premiere video out there, or a regular video, or members only content, or whatever I do over there. You won't miss a damn thing. Have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.